Okay, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says Russia has launched more than 300 drones and 37 missiles in its latest overnight barrage on his country. The attack comes as Zelensky is expected to meet with President Trump at the White House tomorrow. More on this, I want to bring in CBS News foreign correspondent Ramy Inocencio. So, Ramy, what can we expect from that meeting with the president tomorrow?
Hey, Vlad. Yeah, and actually just coming across to us via Axios here, before they even speak, it looks like, according to Axios, that President Putin and President Trump are going to now hold their own call sometime later today, potentially preempting any conversation, any discussion over the defensive capabilities for Ukraine when Zelensky meets with Trump at the White House tomorrow. That is all we know right now, but for sure, President Trump will share what he wants to share after that. But as we wait for more news on that, we're looking at the asks, the potential asks, the likely asks for President Zelensky when he goes to meet President Trump. It is basically about choking the money flow into Russia from its sales of oil here. And in addition, they're also going to be talking about air defenses and long-range capabilities as Russia ramps up its attacks going into the winter. This is by drones, we know, by missiles to take out more of Ukraine's power grid. You just said last night, overnight, 300 drones, 37 missiles, just the latest barrage. In just the past week, on Monday, we were talking about how 30,000 people lost their power. Last week, about 1 million people lost power because of this continuous barrage on Russia, on Ukraine's energy grid. So this is going to be the ask in terms of long-range missiles. Tomahawk missiles is something that Trump teased over the weekend. Also air defense capabilities and potentially the production, joint production of drones between the U.S. as well as Ukraine.
With this fragile ceasefire in the Middle East, Ramy, holding for now, what action is the Trump administration going to try to engage in to bring an end to this war in Ukraine?
Yeah, sanctions, money, stopping the money flow that is going into Russia, and money is going to Russia. It is by the sale of its oil. And while, let's say here in Europe, Europe has, for the most part, weaned itself from much of Russian oil, Russian LNG. Got to look to the east, to India, to China, and even to Japan that import Russian energy. China and Japan, the biggest importers for Russian oil. And most recently today, there's been some back and forth with President Trump and Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India. And Trump said that Modi personally assured him that his country would stop buying Russian oil. But just after that, India's foreign ministry said that it's unaware of any conversation there. We already know that India's got this massive 50% Trump tariff on Indian goods going to the U.S. because of that. Pressure also coming on Japan. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent told Japan's finance minister that the White House expects Japan to stop importing Russian energy there, too. Japan takes in about 9% of its LNG imports from Russia still. But again, this is that clamp of President Trump trying to stop the flow of money going into Russia.
All right, Ramy, thank you very much.